Hey, 49ers faithful. Today, we dive deep into the latest news surrounding our San Francisco 49ers as we look ahead to a crucial matchup against the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland this Sunday. The Browns come into this game with one of the league's most dominant pass rushers, Myles Garrett, who has already recorded 18 sacks this season. The challenge for Brock Purdy and the 49ers offense will be to neutralize that relentless pressure while capitalizing on opportunities to move the ball effectively. Purdy, who struggled at times during Monday Night Football against the Carolina Panthers, will be looking to reset and prove that he can lead this team under difficult circumstances. Adding another layer of intrigue to the Browns' offense, Shedeur Sanders will be making his second career start, which adds an element of unpredictability that San Francisco's defense will need to account for as they game plan for the weekend. One of the most surprising developments for the 49ers this season has been the emergence of third-year safety Ji'Ayir Brown. Heading into 2025, expectations were high, but the early season was far from ideal for him. Injuries during training camp and at the start of the season limited his participation, and he was not initially in the starting lineup. Instead, rookies Maris Siegel and Jason Pinnock were given opportunities to contribute. However, as the season progressed, Brown gradually received more snaps, and his performances started to catch the attention of fans and analysts alike. The breakout moment came during Monday Night Football against the Carolina Panthers, where Brown recorded two critical interceptions. One came in the red zone, halting a potential scoring opportunity for the Panthers, while the other came during a pivotal drive that could have shifted momentum in Carolina's favor. Both interceptions were classic displays of anticipation and football intelligence. On the first play, Bryce Young rolled to his right with a clear path toward the pylon, but Brown's disciplined positioning and subtle feint forced Young into a mistake, resulting in a game-changing interception. The second interception showcased his ability to read the quarterback's eyes, tracking the ball and reacting with perfect timing to secure possession for San Francisco. Brown's versatility has been a key component of his success. At Penn State, he was used in multiple roles, including deep safety and line of scrimmage coverage, which mirrors how the 49ers have employed him this season, especially in the big nickel spot. This flexibility allows the team to adapt defensively without sacrificing coverage or run support, and it has provided a much-needed boost to a secondary that has struggled at times. Prior to his professional career, Brown's style was highly regarded by analysts familiar with Penn State football, and even in mock drafts, he was projected as a perfect fit for San Francisco's evolving defensive schemes. His growth this season represents a critical development for the 49ers, as he offers both on-field impact and salary cap efficiency, making him an asset not just for the remainder of this year, but potentially beyond his rookie contract. Kyle Shanahan and defensive coordinator Robert Saleh have both acknowledged Brown's improvement and adaptability. Shanahan noted that while Brown has played at a high level previously, stringing together consistent performances has been challenging due to injuries and limited snaps. Saleh, on the other hand, has praised Brown's execution in the big nickel role and his ability to transition between positions seamlessly, highlighting the trust that the coaching staff has placed in him. The hope is that his recent performances, especially the standout game against Carolina, signal a turning point in his career where he can establish himself as a reliable and dominant defensive presence. Injury updates are a significant storyline as the 49ers prepare for Cleveland. Linebacker Tatum Bethune will miss the upcoming game with a high ankle sprain, which is expected to sideline him for several weeks. Similarly, Sam Okwonu sustained a high ankle injury against Carolina and is projected to be out for multiple weeks, creating a substantial gap in the defensive front. This absence further weakens a pass rush that has already faced challenges this season, particularly with Nick Bosa out for the year. Eddie Pinheiro is dealing with a hamstring issue, and while some players like Robert Beal have returned to practice after clearing concussion protocol, the team will need contributions from all available personnel to maintain competitiveness. Other key players, including Brandon Ayuk, Yetur Gross-Matos, and Jacob Cowing, have not been fully integrated into practice due to ongoing recovery from injuries, underscoring the importance of depth and player health as the season moves forward. The 49ers recently signed veteran linebacker Eric Kendricks to the practice squad, a move designed to bolster a linebacker core that has been tested by injuries and inconsistent performance. Kendricks brings a decade of NFL experience, including multiple seasons exceeding 100 tackles, and his durability and consistency could prove invaluable as San Francisco navigates the latter part of the season. Previous linebacker acquisitions, such as Devontre Campbell, did not yield the expected results. But Kendrick's track record and familiarity with league competition provide a much-needed sense of stability and reliability in a unit that has struggled to find continuity. The combination of emerging talent like Ji'Ayir Brown, key injury management, and strategic acquisitions such as Kendricks will be central to the 49ers' approach as they face a Browns team that is both physically imposing and strategically versatile. The upcoming matchup presents a test not only of skill and preparation, but also of depth, adaptability, and resilience as San Francisco seeks to navigate a challenging stretch of the season while maintaining momentum and building confidence in players who are stepping into more prominent roles. Looking ahead to Sunday's game against the Cleveland Browns, the 49ers will have to navigate several key matchups and strategize carefully to offset the Browns' aggressive defensive front. With Myles Garrett leading the charge and racking up 18 sacks this season, the offensive line and Brock Purdy will face immense pressure, particularly in critical third-down situations and red zone opportunities. Purdy's performance against the Panthers on Monday Night Football highlighted both his resilience and the areas that require refinement. He showed flashes of brilliance, especially in his ability to read coverage and make quick decisions, but he also struggled under sustained pass rush and miscommunication in the secondary. Against a formidable Browns pass rush, minimizing mistakes and capitalizing on small windows of opportunity will be crucial to keeping drives alive and maintaining offensive momentum. In addition to Purdy, other offensive contributors will be expected to step up. Running backs and receivers must maintain precision routes and situational awareness, particularly when facing coverage schemes designed to disguise intentions and force turnovers. The Browns' defense is known for creating high-pressure scenarios that test both fundamentals and decision-making. So the 49ers' offensive staff will need to employ creative play designs to stretch the field and exploit matchups. The effectiveness of the offensive line will be a central storyline, as their ability to provide Purdy with adequate time to survey the field can make the difference between successful drives and stalled possessions. Depth on the line is critical, especially with injuries affecting key players. Each snap will demand communication, execution, and anticipation, as the Browns will attempt to capitalize on even the smallest breakdowns in protection. Turning back to the defense, the emergence of Ji'Ayir Brown cannot be understated. His recent performances, particularly his interceptions against Bryce Young, have shown a player who is both intelligent and versatile, capable of executing complex coverage assignments while anticipating the opponent's strategy. Brown's growth has not only stabilized the secondary, but has also created opportunities for the front seven to apply pressure with confidence, knowing that there is a reliable presence in deep coverage. His ability to alternate between deep safety and big nickel roles allows the 49ers to disguise defensive intentions, making it harder for quarterbacks to identify weak spots. The coaching staff's trust in Brown is evident, and his continued development could mark a pivotal moment in San Francisco's defensive identity for the remainder of the season. The linebacker core remains a focus of concern due to ongoing injuries. Tatum Bethune's absence with a high ankle sprain and Sam Okwanu's continued recovery from a similar injury have left gaps that must be compensated for by both experienced players and younger depth options. The signing of Eric Kendricks provides a veteran presence capable of anchoring the unit, reading offensive formations, and communicating adjustments effectively. Kendrick's history of durability and consistency over 10 years in the league is invaluable as the 49ers navigate this challenging stretch of games. His ability to step into a starting or rotational role immediately can provide stability to a position group that has seen significant turnover and inconsistency. Injury management extends beyond the linebackers. Players like Eddie Pinheiro, dealing with hamstring issues, and others who are gradually returning for various ailments will need careful monitoring to avoid setbacks. The balance between maintaining competitive practice sessions and ensuring full recovery is delicate, particularly as the team approaches the final quarter of the regular season. The 49ers' medical and training staff play a critical role in maintaining player readiness while preventing aggravation of existing injuries. This balancing act will impact roster decisions, rotation patterns, and game time availability, making preparation both strategic and adaptive. Special teams and situational football also come into focus as San Francisco prepares for Cleveland. Field position, kickoff returns, and coverage units can influence the overall flow of the game. In tight contests, small advantages in these areas can swing momentum, and the coaching staff will likely emphasize execution, discipline, and awareness to prevent costly errors. Players assigned to these units must be ready to respond in high-pressure scenarios, understanding that every tackle, fair catch, and return can have significant consequences for both offense and defense. Looking at the bigger picture, the 49ers matchup against the Browns is more than just a single game. It is a test of depth, resilience, and adaptability. Offensive efficiency, defensive versatility, and special teams execution all intersect to create a high-stakes environment where preparation and execution are paramount. The performance of emerging players like Ji'Ayir Brown and the integration of veterans like Eric Kendricks will be critical in determining the outcome. This game also serves as an opportunity for Brock Purdy and the offensive staff to refine their approach under pressure, adjust in-game strategies, and capitalize on matchups to build confidence heading into the closing weeks of the season. Additionally, the team's ability to manage injuries and maintain continuity across positions will have a lasting impact. High ankle sprains, hamstring strains, and lingering effects from prior injuries require a comprehensive approach that integrates medical evaluation, targeted rehabilitation, and strategic workload management. Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh will need to make calculated decisions about snap counts, rotational patterns, and situational deployment to keep players effective and reduce risk. The delicate balance of maximizing performance while protecting player health will be a recurring theme as the season progresses, particularly with a demanding schedule and high expectations from the fan base. From a defensive standpoint, the presence of versatile safeties and the integration of linebackers like Kendricks creates an environment where adaptability is possible, even with personnel challenges. Defensive calls may shift based on offensive tendencies, player availability, and in-game dynamics. The coordination between the secondary and front seven will be critical in mitigating the Browns' offensive strengths, particularly in pass-rushing scenarios and red zone situations. Maintaining discipline in coverage, executing timely blitzes, and leveraging the skills of versatile players can create opportunities for turnovers and pivotal stops that influence the course of the game. As San Francisco approaches this matchup, every practice, every play call, and every adjustment carries weight. The convergence of emerging talent, veteran leadership, strategic planning, and injury management will define the 49ers' approach and ultimately influence performance on Sunday. Each player's readiness, both physically and mentally, contributes to the team's ability to execute under pressure and adapt to the evolving challenges presented by Cleveland. The integration of these elements will be critical in shaping the game's flow and the team's trajectory for the remainder of the season. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league are growing louder, and the latest buzz has set the NFL world on fire. Sources hint that the San Francisco 49ers are making a bold, almost audacious move that could reshape the balance of power in the NFC, and perhaps the entire league. The talk centers on none other than Chris Jones, the defensive powerhouse whose presence alone can alter the course of a game. Insiders suggest the 49ers are closing in on a deal to bring him aboard, a move that would instantly make their defense one of the most feared units in football. Jones, known for his explosive pass-rushing ability and game-changing presence in the trenches, has been the subject of trade speculation for months. Teams across the league have been circling, each eager to bolster their defensive line, but the idea of him suiting up in the iconic red and gold has fans and analysts alike buzzing with anticipation. Imagine the potential. A defense already rich with talent getting an upgrade that could strike fear into any quarterback, no matter how elite. Sources say the front office is pulling out all stops to finalize the signing, with talks described as intense and very promising. Of course, this isn't just about raw talent. Bringing in a player like Jones signals a statement from the 49ers. They're not merely aiming for a playoff appearance. They are gunning for domination. Rumors suggest that team insiders see him as the missing piece to a defense capable of carrying the team all the way to the Super Bowl. With his combination of strength, agility, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback, Jones could turn every game into a high-stakes chess match, leaving opposing offenses scrambling to adjust. While nothing is official yet, the chatter is enough to get fans talking nonstop. Social media is lighting up with speculation about how Jones would fit into the 49ers scheme, how the defensive line rotation might look, and whether his presence could finally push the team past the last hurdles that have kept them from hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. If this deal comes to fruition, it won't just be a signing. It will be a declaration of intent. The 49ers appear ready to transform their defense into a juggernaut, and Chris Jones might just be the key to turning whispers into headlines, and headlines into championship dreams. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.